All right, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? We're going to give a little bit extra time for people to join us on live stream right now. So yeah, appreciate everyone coming out. Big day for ICC. It's an emotional day for ICC. We've had a lot of people text, call, everybody. We've had people trying to figure out what it is. And Dr. Allen, people have called me, and all I tell them is, I'm like, well, Dr. Allen's going to take a job, blah, 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 blah. And they were naming me interim president. Nobody believes me. Honestly, I've never heard my mother laugh harder when she was so, but right now, I'm going to welcome Dr. Allen to the podium, and I'm going to step away, and you guys have it. Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here at the Davis Event Center on the Fulton campus of Itawamba Community College. First, I want to thank Coach Carrie Ball Williamson for her continued leadership of our athletic programs and for being the best athletic director in the country. Wouldn't you agree? Without a doubt. I want to thank Adam Gore and his talented team in sports information. I think coaches would tell you that is definitely a recruiting tool, and it's a tremendous asset for us to have them as a part of our organization. Let's give them a round of applause. Dr. Brad Boggs and all of the members of my cabinet and the ICC Board of Trustees, thank you. This is a great time in our history to have the opportunity to recognize a coach who has done such a tremendous job for our student athletes, the ICC family, and within our communities. Coach Nanci Gray's career consists of 7 North Division championships, 2 MACJC championships, 3 NJCAA Region 23 championships, and made 3 NJCAA national tournament appearances during her tenure as head coach of the Lady Indians basketball team. Even with these accomplishments and induction into the ICC Athletic Hall of Fame and MACJC Athletic Hall of Fame, her impact went far beyond the court while serving as a true mentor for so many. A hallmark of great leadership is to leave a program better than you found it. It is evident that Coach Gray has indeed accomplished this. Again, thanks to each of you for being here with us this morning. Please join me in welcoming Coach Carrie Ball Williamson to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Allen. Today is a bittersweet occasion for me because Coach Gray and I go back a long way, even all the way back to high school. And she's from Hubman, I was from Pontown. So it is with mixed emotions that I'm announcing the retirement of our head women's basketball coach, Nanci Gray. Coach Gray was hired at ICC in 2006 as our head women's basketball coach. And she has 30 years of experience coaching high school and the community college coaching. But she has 10 more years coaching junior high. And that's when the job was hard, coaching junior high. And Coach Gray has played an important role in the growth and success of our women's basketball program. She was a member of the basketball team here at then IJC and won the state championship in 1975. And she also won the region championship as a player in 1975 and was on the first team that went to the national tournament in 1975. She has won numerous championships, and Dr. Allen went over some of them, but she won a state championship as a high school coach at Tupelo, where she had All-American Tan White playing for her. And Tan White went on to the WNBA. So she also had an All-American here, Jayla Chills, that played for her. And her overall high school and collegiate record is 696 wins and 213 losses. So her contribution to our athletic program will always be valued and remembered. Although we will miss her, she has more than earned the right to enjoy some of life's most special gifts. Her husband, who is present today, her children, and a whole lot of grandchildren, with some on the way. On a few other honors that Coach Gray had that Dr. Allen did not mention, she was Daily Journal Coach of the Year 3 times. She was the MACJC Coach of the Year twice, and the region coach of the year 3 times. And although we're going to miss Coach Gray, you know, I don't know, it's been 13 years she's been around, you know, me seeing Coach Gray go in and out, you know, we're talking about basketball and who did this and who did that and why they didn't do this and that. And but I'm going to miss it because, like I said before, we go a long way back. But on behalf of everyone at Illinois Community College, please join me in welcoming Coach Nanci Gray to the podium.
I was not going to be emotional. But when people say nice things about you, you get emotional. Okay, first of all, thank you all. Thank you all for being here. In the fall of 1974, I started my career at ICC. I was a student, Coach Billy Caples, Mr. Caples, over financial aid. The women's programs in Division I and community colleges were reinstated in 1974-75. So Mr. Caples called, wanted to know if I want to come play basketball. There are no scholarships or anything. I did work study just like everybody else. He brought me here then. It's the place where I started my education, my career in coaching and teaching, and it's also where I met my husband, who was a member of the football team here at ICC. So those are really good times. And Coach Ball told you that that first year, Mr. Caples took us and we won a state, a region, and went to the national tournament, won 2 games in the national tournament, and lost 1 and got in Vincennes, Indiana. So it was really, really some fun stuff. And Joel and I married in 1976, May the 1st, almost 43 years ago. So, and as they say, that's where history began. And, you know, or the rest is history. But it's been a great ride for 40 years for me, and I've been blessed. And I told Gene, and Gene said he wasn't going to get here today, and I saw him somewhere, that, you know, you don't do anything for 40 years if God's not in it. I mean, my success doesn't come from me being smart or me figuring something out. My success comes because I have been so immeasurably blessed by God. I have 2 wonderful children who are probably watching this and saying, "Mom, don't cry," on the live stream. And I'm so proud of them. My son and my husband both were Mr. ICC here. So that's a pretty cool thing. Joseph is a physical therapist at Mississippi State, and my daughter Tiffany is the director of pharmacy at North Mississippi Regional Center in Oxford. So regardless of what I did wrong, God took care of things. So they gave up a lot because I was never at home. You know, when you're coaching, and when I first started coaching junior high, I coached junior high basketball, I did softball, I had to get a paralegal to help me because I didn't know much about that, and I did track, and I certainly didn't know anything about that, but all you had to do is be able to drive a bus and get them to the track meets. So when you're doing that, that's what I did. Also, you know, you look at, and Joel's just given up so much, you know, because I've been gone. He's had with the kids. We've just raised them. But, you know, I have to you know, if I'm going to, you know, Adam told me I could do whatever I wanted to after 40 years. But I just want to say that I was blessed with a great mom and dad who supported me. And for all the years, you know, they came and watched. And then when I got the job here, my mom got cancer and battled it for 2 years and died before she ever even really got to see much here. But my dad was a very staunch supporter. So I have to, you know, recognize them and thank them. And like most people, you know, you like to look forward to, and as Dr. Allen said, I look forward to spending more time with those 5 grandkids that I have. Rowan and Hunter and Gray are 7 in the 1st grade. They're playing soccer, and so are Caroline and Trudy. So they're playing soccer and Awana basketball, and they're in church programs, so that's what I will spend. Any spare time I have, I'll probably be running to Oxford and Pontotoc, and we do have another one on the way in May, so that's exciting. So baby Greg will be here in May. But 40 years in this profession, you know, is impossible without people like these right here. These are what make you successful, and people that support you, your assistant coaches. So, you know, we look back, and Coach Porter and I are looking back in our time here, we've had a 90+% rate of kids of players who come to our program and are in our program for 2 years. This year, we have 100% graduation rate for the 5 sophomores that that's the heart of the program, and that's why you do it, is for the kids that you get to love on, you get to fuss at, you get to, and I tell people all the time, they have no idea why I'm so mean, because I realize what it takes to win the champion. They're not easy. Jean even said that yesterday. Nobody understands how hard it is to win a championship, a state or region. And so you push and you push and you don't want to let your guard down because you want them only to do the best. So sometimes you come off as very, very mean, but most of the time, 5 years from now, they'll come back and they'll call and say, Coach Gray, thank you for being so tough on me. Thank you for pushing me. I have had 3 All-Americans, Tan White, Jayla Chills, and Jamaica Hoskins was also an All-American here at ICC. So we've had 3 All-Americans, but we've had a host of All-Stars and All-State, All-Region. But you know the person that's the most, and Coach said coaching that junior high was hard, sometimes that's the most fun, because they just really have a big old time when you go in there. They think you are so smart, you know everything. So, but besides the All-States and the All-Stars and the All-Regions, we've had those role players. The people who made us happen because they were willing to accept the role that God put them in at this place or in any team that I've had. Again, assistant coaches, and I won't name all of them, but I've had great ones. Donnie Weeks, who is now the AD at Horn Lake, and then Brian Alexander was assistant coach here. In high school, I had Angela Allen, who is working as a cheerleader coach in somewhere in Choctaw County, I can't call it right now. Stephanie Murphy, who is now the head coach at Coahoma Community College. Christy Williams, who is the head coach at Starkville High School. And Nikki Peel, who is the principal at DT Cox and Pontotoc. And I just dropped those names because of all the things you do, it's most important to surround yourself with people who want to excel. You want to be around, hire people who are going to challenge you, people who are going to be better than you. And so that's what you search for when you're looking for somebody to work with. I would have to say now that we're, I don't know if any of these people know, but my getting here had to do very much with Mr. Shorty Turner and Coach McDonald at Hulka. He was Shorty Turner was a principal and my first high school coach, and Coach McDonald was my high school coach. And the sweetest text from him this morning talking about what you had done at ICC, they just make me cry. I was so emotional. I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to get through this because they say such nice things. But they gave me my first coaching job at Hulka. Ray Freeman, who was the principal at Bruce, gave me my first opportunity at Bruce High School as a junior high coach, and then the next year I was the high school and junior high. Matt Curley, Johnny Hill, they're legends in their own time, and they are the people who gave me the opportunity to come to Tupelo High School, where I found Tan White. No, she was not playing basketball when I got there, but had played in junior high, and they're like, if you can go find that kid who lives around Verona but has always come, I don't know about the legalities of that, but they were legal in Tupelo. But she did make it so, I remember calling her and just trying to find, and I don't know how many of you know her, but if you look her up and know she was like the legend of women's basketball here. But then I called her up when I got the job at Tupelo, and I said, I remember she's going into 9th grade. And I said, Tan, this is Coach Gray, and I've just, been hired, and would you like to play? You want to come back and play? She said, are you going to let me play? And I said, well, if you can play. I said, I never guarantee anybody can play. Well, obviously, we get into that first practice, and, she's head and shoulders above anybody I've ever seen. So, but one of the best right there. And then, coming from that time, Dr. Cole, Mike Eaton, and Kerry Ball, and I do have to say that God always opened doors. I was always satisfied where I was. I never dreamed of leaving Bruce until Johnny Hill called and said, would you like to come for an interview? And I never dreamed of leaving Tupelo until Mike Eaton called and said, can we have coffee somewhere? So, I never dreamed of those things. God always opened those doors, and I do give him the praise and glory for everything that's happened in my career. But, you know, Dr. Cole, it's always really hard to make any kind of transition. And he just said, you know, he said, you just need to come over here and join us on this paradise on the Tom Bigby, you know. And so that's what he always referred to it as. And from there, you know, we've had just a great career. And for Dr. Allen and Dr. Boggs for being so supportive all the time. Thank you to all the male counterparts that I've worked with. And, you know, I could just go back to even my high school time, you know, just Jesse Johnson at Bruce and Lee Stratton at Tupelo. And then you had Marty and Jennifer Cooper. And then you got Grant Pate and Eric Bozeman. You know, you just look at that. You talk about those names and you see those people. Is God not just great? Is he not just in the midst of everything you're doing when you get to work with people like that? And you know, there was never, of those people I named, never any animosity whatsoever in scheduling, bus rides, budgets, eating, whatever. You know, it's always been good. So I thank you guys so much. All right, sports information. Oh man, we started out with Will Kohlmeyer. He was here and he did a great job. I still love Will. But Adam Gore, Lee Adams, and there are others, but those two guys can make you look good at doing anything. You know, they can write you up, they can make you look like you hung the moon. So they do a great job at any level, anywhere. You know, we are so blessed, and you better do whatever you can to make sure those guys stay on this campus promoting ICC, because they do a spectacular job. And you know, another group of people you cannot do without, and actually sports medicine people. We've had Donna Wesley and Nikki Monknell, and but I look over here and I see Walt Wilkins, and I'm like, Lord knows, Walt and I go, you know, Carrie and I go way back. Walt was with me when Tan White was playing, and my nephew, who now has an infant child, was on the sideline helping Walt. He was from Birmingham, Alabama, and you know, so it's like, okay. Walt kind of took Brody and helped him during all those playoffs in the Coliseum in Jackson. So you can't do without good people like that. Sports medicine, who's going to take care. You just say, we expect you to be on the floor at practice time. If you need something, you better see those trainers before our practice time and get it done. So they take a lot of heat off of coaching staff. Okay, and that way, you know, I could ramble on forever, and it's been a great ride. And I thank all of you, teachers, administrators, counselors who work with our athletes, people who have done those things to make us successful, to give us that graduation rate. Dr. Prohaska and Holly, you know, who so many years have worked with us, and teachers that work with us and help us in getting our kids to class, or letting us know when our kids don't get to class. I can't tell you how many times Tammy Foster texts me and says, do you know so? So don't, athletes ever think you can get away with anything. That's what I tell you. And lastly, you know, I thanked a lot of people and a lot of assistant coaches. But lastly, you know, I come to the time, and these last 9 years, you know, my job's been made so much easier because I had someone so competent and so complimentary to me. Robin Porter, a godsend. She has been above and beyond what you would ask for an assistant coach. You know, I lost my mom during that time. My dad's been sick. I lost him during this time of 9 years. I had a stroke in 2008, and Robin wasn't there then, but I have a few repercussions from that she helps me deal with headaches and things that happen. And I never had to worry if I couldn't come to practice or I couldn't be at a game, because she is so competent and does everything excellently, just excellently. And it's been a joy, Robin, to do this journey with you. We were just great compliments. I hope you get someone the same. I will forever be grateful to you. Thank you all, ICC family. Thank you, colleagues, but most of all, thank God. I will always be an Indian. I look forward to bringing those rugrats with me to the ball game. Now, they'll probably go in the office and say, honey, where's the candy? We'll have to get somebody's office that we can go in. And I will be the most avid Itawamba fan ever. But now, it brings me the great pleasure to pass the baton of this race to the next leader of the ICC Lady Indian Tribe, Robin Porter.
greatly missed. And that brings me to our next big announcement this morning. Coach Gray has already semi-announced it. But, when we were looking for a replacement for Coach Gray, a basketball coach, we didn't have to go very far. We were looking for someone with character. We found it. Someone who knows just how special women's basketball is at ICC. We had it just right here. And for someone who is aligned with ICC values, we had it. So, on behalf of Dr. Allen and Illinois Community College, I'm excited to introduce to you our next new head women's basketball coach, Coach Robin Porter. Now I want to say a few things about Robin. Robin joined the ICC family in 2010 after 4 seasons as a member of the Mississippi State's women's basketball team. She played for Coach Sharon Fanning. During her time as an assistant under Coach Gray, she helped coach the Lady Indians to 5 North Division titles. I didn't know how many it was, but Alan told me it was 5. 1 state championship, and Coach Gray won 2, but Robin was part of 1 of them. 3 NJCAA Region 23 championships, and she went to the national tournament with team 3 times, and was part of 4 20-plus win seasons. While at Mississippi State, she was named to the SEC All-Freshman team and made the All-SEC Academic team for 4 straight years. So we found this a smart coach. She also spent 1 season as a graduate assistant for the Lady Bulldogs Strength and Conditioning Program. Before her time at Mississippi State, she played at Abbeville High School in Alabama, where she was named the 3A State Player of the Year, Super 12 Player of the Year, and Wiregrass Player of the Year, while being nominated as a McDonald's All-American and Wendy's High School Heisman. Robin earned both her bachelor's and master's degrees at Mississippi State. She is the daughter of Emily Porter and Billy Porter. Please welcome Coach Robin Porter, head women's basketball coach.
Oh man, it's been an exciting week just to keep it in, not to share, especially with the ICC family. I'm just honored and blessed for this opportunity. Dr. Allen, Mr. Boz, Coach Ball, I want to thank you for this amazing opportunity. Also want to thank Coach Gray for taking me under her wing and preparing me for this moment. She has been a truly blessing, an inspiration, a role model in my life, not just on the court. She helped me deal with a lot of things off the court. You can't ask for a better role model, and I'm just appreciative of everything she has done. Coach, I promise to work hard and continue to build on the success that you have created for this program, and I'm also proud and honored to share this day with you. I want to thank my family back home, especially my mom and my dad, and all of my other relatives for the love, the prayers, the support, and encouragement throughout my life. Also want to thank my sister, Michaela Jackson, who is here with me today. I couldn't leave her out. Like Coach Gray here at ICC, I have high expectations. I'm looking forward for the challenges and the opportunities to make a positive impact on these student-athlete lives, and through the program, help to continue the foundation that has already been set before me and represent the ICC College well. I want to give a special thank you to the media in attendance. I look forward to getting to know you all even more now. And I can't leave out my guy that came in the same time as me, as Adam Gore. He does a lot. We've been through a lot together. I just want to say thank you, Dr. Allen, Coach Ball, again, Coach Gray, and especially my ICC family. Thank you. And as always, roll Tide.
All right, just for a heads up before I bring Dr. Allen back up, we are going to have media availability for you guys. I do ask, just give us a second, because Jim's, he's got a busy day. Mississippi State women, shows where his priorities are here. But yes, it's been a great day. Coach Gray, we're going to miss you. You know, it's people. Yes. Good. Hey, we got a broadcast spot ready for you. You and Coop, you're going to take my job. It's very rare we get to celebrate a legend, but today you surpass legend. You're an icon, not only for women's basketball, but for women's athletics. And for that, we'll always be appreciative. Dr. Allen.
While we are torn about the retirement of such a staple to the Lady Indians basketball program, we are proud to welcome Coach Robin Porter to the ICC head coach family. She is no stranger to the program, and we are truly blessed for that. I'm going to go off script for a second. Coach Gray, when we had this conversation with Coach Porter, she was reluctant to be included in today's activities. And I said, well, you know, there's a couple things you need to know. Based on our conversation, she's learned a lot from you. And we had some pretty frank discussions, and we talked about the fact of taking what she's learned through these 9 years and bringing that forward in everything that she does. And she was so proud to be able to follow you. But I said, well, you know, what's really unique here is we have a great opportunity where Coach Gray is willing to share this day, celebrating your years of experience and contributions to the college, but also celebrating the future of ICC women's basketball. And I think it's great when we can have that occurring. So I challenge Coach Porter to continue the level of expectation that has been set over the years for this great organization. She will move into this role, bringing significant skill and talent, and we are fortunate that she was already here to learn from one of the best in the business. Coach Porter, congratulations. I recently read the quote, "The purpose of life is not to be happy, it is to be useful. It is to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well." Again, congratulations to Coach Nanci Gray on the close of this chapter and the start of another. Know that you have made a difference. Know that you will always be a member of the ICC family. And remember that you will always be able to call this home. Roll Tide.